There has certainly been some different putting styles over the years, and if you're looking to improve your putting, lower your scores, and maybe get that shortest club in your bag to be the best club in your bag, then that's what we need to talk about today. And we are talking about a putter that is used by DeChambeau, or it's certainly the same setup. And we all know Bryson DeChambeau is one of the most influential characters out on the tour. We know he's on the Live Tour at the moment. There is rumours of him coming back to the PGA Tour, but he's always been known as a bit of a mad scientist. So what putter is he using? What is he doing to hole more putts? Well, this is the kind of setup he has. Now you will see as I line this putt up that this is an extremely long putter. We've got an Armlock putter here today, which is something I've never used. We know that he uses the Sick putter, which from somebody I know that comes in, if you get exact same specs as Bryson, at £935 roughly. So nearly £1,000 for a putter. How many of you would pay that? I know there's not many behind the screen who would. This putter comes with a 78-degree lie angle. It is the Armlock. We've got the Jumbo Max grip on there, and it is from the guys at Golf Punk. So you can see that this is an AL Armlock 01. We can also see we haven't got the exact same shaft as DeChambeau in, but we do have a KBS Tour GPS 120 shaft in there. We also have the Jumbo Max grip on here, but not as you would conventionally see. And guys, if you're new to the channel, then welcome to this YouTube channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and help us or join us on that journey to 50,000, that would be great. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, what do you think? Have you seen Golf Punk? Would you think about going for a potential Armlock fitting? Because that's something you might want to do if you're going to a total different putter. Let's get into it a little bit more. Now, traditionally what we see with an Armlock grip, and I'll put pictures on screen, is that the straight edge is up against the left arm if you're a right-handed golfer. And from here it's locked in there, it's on the forearm, and we can start to get you moving those shoulders a little bit more consistently. And this basically should be connected to your arm as such. So again, some people might say it's cheating. How long will Armlocks last? That's the big question. But we haven't got the grip that way. We have got the grip where the straight edge is down the back. And the reason being is, again, DeChambeau has played around with this. He's thought, well, he likes to have it more in the fingers and then wrap around as if it was just maybe a two-thumb kind of grip. From there, he's having that little bit of press. And we know from there he's pretty consistent with that putter. And you can see there with the roll, it does get a good roll. There shouldn't be much deviation in that stroke. So because it's now part of your arm pretty much, if we can say that, then from there we know if I just rotate the shoulders, that should come back on a very neutral path. And this is where he went to this, because he believed that he could get a more consistent stroke, and we've certainly seen that he's not done bad when it comes to winning. But who might it be good for? That is the big question, because why would you go to this? How do you set up with it? And where is it exactly going to help you? This putter comes in at £300. If we go for the graphite option in here, which should get less movement in that putter face, £300. If we go for the steel option, around about 240. So straight away there, if you went for the steel option, you're looking at £700 cheaper to have a very similar putter. Same lie angle, we've got a nice milled head here, as you'll see on screen, and we know we've got that Jumbo Max grip, and you could have that put on however you want. But how do we set up to this, and why would it help? Again, we're going to have the ball position a little bit forwards because we are going to have that forward press. If I have that a little bit too far back and I forward press, we're going to hit that ball straight into the ground. So we're going to get that ball bobbling. We're not going to get much consistency. So forwards in the stance, I'm going to get into my standard golf posture and then just take that forward. So I'm taking my standard grip, my standard posture, and from there again I can just rock those shoulders, and we get a nice consistent arc on the way back, and we get a very nice consistent roll. And I'm using the striped golf balls today just to highlight that, because I've found it's the first time I've ever used an Armlock putter, and would it be right for me? Again, this is where we're going to jump in and get on Capto and see what the numbers say, because I have been using the Mez 1 putter, but the roll on this putter is very good. But more importantly, this kind of putter will probably help you on those longer putts, because how many times we're 30, 40 feet away and we don't get anywhere near the hole? Can this help us? For me, I wouldn't think straight away that I would be as consistent with it, but I've already hit some putts with this and I've been extremely surprised how consistent it is. But let's look at some numbers before we do that. So as I hit some shots there, we want to make sure that this putter is performing. Is it going to help us start the ball on line? Is it going to improve our path? I've recently been using the Mez 1 putter and I've been putting pretty good, and numbers with that were pretty good to say the least. But we can see straight away here we have a 0.4 open club face, so inner impact slightly open. The path is working a little bit in to out, so potentially that would mean I might be pushing a few putts, which is certainly what I've seen outside. I might not start it perfectly online, but it's not far off. One thing we are doing is we are adding a little bit of loft. We're hitting up on that, so again that might affect slightly our distance control, which is a big talking point. The toe of the putter is a little bit down, as you can see in that top right corner in the light section, and that's something where I might have got a little bit too tall with the putter, and that's something I need to work on. But at the bottom is where we want to talk. So we can see in handling we haven't got any twisting in the club, we haven't got any trembling, which is a lot of people do see over the golf ball where the hands start to shake, and we can see acceleration and tempo are very good. And this is where, for me, this is a massive thing that I was going to be concerned about, because how would it do on your longer putts, because it's all about stopping those 3 putts as well as holding those short ones. So let's see how we do on those longer putts. Now this is where I always question these putters. Can it work from distance? We're 40 feet away here, and the tour average from here would say I should 3-putt. And I've always thought with these it'd be difficult to get the length of backswing to get the distance. But out here playing today, putting this through its paces, and I found it relatively easy. And this man on screen, you will see he's had a few putts with this, because he's looking at a putter. Because he's thinking, right, I've started to see that dreaded figure of 8 down behind the golf ball. I'm cutting across it, and no matter what I try, I don't seem to have control of that club. And I'm sure there's many of you behind the screen thinking the same, that yeah, maybe I'll try an Armlock, or should I go to the broom handle? Again, another putter that we'll look at talking about with mid-handicap Dave himself. But here again, I'm getting into that setup, and you can start to get that swing. It's just a focus now on that we're taking the hands out of it. It's not all in the hands. We're now thinking it's just getting that body rotating. We've got the ball position, and as long as I get the read right, you can see there, that is inside tour average. So tour average from here at 40 feet and from anywhere on the green is a 10% miss. So if you're 20 feet, it's 2 feet. Again, here we've got 4 feet. That has now got me a great chance of getting out of here with a par. And that's the main thing here. Can we do that with this putter? It felt incredibly easy. I've not got too much to think about. Once I'm in my posture and that's locked into my left arm, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just trying to turn that body, get that rotating. And for a lot of golfers who struggle with a figure of 8, struggle with taking the putter away, this could be a fantastic answer to your woes. And could it be the answer for mid-handicap Dave? You can see there, 2 putts inside 2 feet, giving me a good chance of holing out. Extremely simple to use. Plenty of options here, and again you'll see on screen, you would have never thought that there's that many options, that many different coloured shafts that could help you. Graphite might get you a little bit more control, it's slightly more expensive, but if you think about Bryson DeChambeau's putter being nearly £1,000, this is a fantastic option if you're looking for an Armlock. The mad scientist that he's known as probably has some good reasons for why he's using this putter, and I think this could certainly help you. But with all those options, the big question is, should we fit this man for an Armlock putter to get him to single figures this year? From there, Dave, a fantastic putt. It could be an option.